3, 2, 1. All right, guys, here's the scoop. That's it. That was my intro.
Who's that? Who is that?
That's from a new YouTuber, newish, called Philip Solo TV, whose videos have been getting very popular on Reddit. They go to like the worst reviewed motels in a city or eat at the worst reviewed restaurants. And it's just they document their experience. It's pretty funny. They've got like 9 videos and they've got like 350,000 subs right now. So they're blowing up pretty fast.
Damn.
We're Sardonicast, by the way. I'm Adam from Your Movie Sucks.
I'm Ralph from youtube.com/Ralph the Movie Maker.
And I'm Alex from I Everything. God, we have an episode for you.
Yeah, first off, I wanna confront Ralph a little bit here for being a fucking liar like 3 times in a row. First you lie about your Ralph the Movie Maker series ending. Then you lie about watching Aquaman. And then you lie about whose turn it is for who to...
That wasn't a lie. That was a mistake.
Well, you lied when you said... I guess it technically wasn't a lie.
Aquaman, I said I never wanted to watch it. I never wanted to watch it. I did not lie about Aquaman. I lied about my channel ending, so I'll give you that one.
You lied when you said you were going to watch Aquaman 2 episodes ago, and then you didn't.
Well, I said I was going to watch it eventually.
Okay,
like not,
I guess so.
Not by next episode. But to make it up to you, because I fucked up the recommendation. I could have sworn
there was a commitment to watch it before the previous episode, but...
Yeah,
anyway.
One of you assholes pull up the clip.
Yeah, pull up the fucking clip.
To make it up to you all, I saw Aquaman in a theater. I paid to watch it, and I sat through the whole fucking thing. So
yes.
I hope that's my apology. I hope that's good enough.
You are forgiven.
Maybe Adam will take maybe Adam can recommend 2 or whatever. We'll find out what to do.
You are forgiven, but I will never believe another word that comes out of your mouth.
Please don't.
So we got a very important thing that dropped recently about an awards show that everybody is very excited for. The 420 Awards announced its movie categories.
Hell yes.
We got favorite movie. We got favorite kick-ass movie. We've got favorite fun movie. We've got favorite stoner movie. Favorite actor. Favorite actress. All-time favorite movie. And then for the music categories, we have favorite song, favorite male artist, favorite female artist, favorite group, all-time favorite song. And then here are the really good ones, the last 2. Hottest babe
really
and hottest hunk. I am very excited to see Daddy Derek present the hottest hunk award at the 420 Awards.
The hottest babe one's going to be creepy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that would just be uncomfortable. That would be less than funny.
Is it a 2018 awards show, or is it just of all time favorite like movies?
I don't think he's specified. There's all time categories, and then for the other ones, I think he's come out and said like it's from the past few years or something. Like it's not specific, and I don't know who he expects to show up to this stupid thing. But I hope that it actually gets live streamed. Somebody needs to help him set this shit up because I don't trust that he's going to do it properly, and I really want to see it.
But the nominations are out?
The nominations are out for another award show. A less important awards show called the Academy Awards.
Not as many people watch.
Less entertaining.
Yeah.
Less funny.
Culturally impactful. Apparently they don't have a host this year, and that's just how they're going to do it.
Yeah, because no one wants to. It's too much controversy.
I think they just don't have enough time to prepare anyway.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg offered.
Oh, she offered to do it?
Yeah.
I would like Whoopi Goldberg.
I mean, I'd rather have her over nobody, honestly.
I'd rather have her over Kevin Hart or Jimmy Kimmel. I like her a lot better than those two.
She's got more personality.
Yeah, she seems like a nice person.
I'll do it, Academy.
Yeah, Ralph.
I'm here.
Now.
I'll come right down the street.
So I haven't actually looked at the Oscar nominations at all. So if one of you reads them, it'll be a surprise to me, and we can discuss them.
I have them right here.
Did
Alex,
the Academy personally mail them to you?
I've got them up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the envelopes. I actually know the winners. I have all the envelopes right here. I'm gonna
Emma
swap them all
Stone
out.
for Best Picture.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so do we want to start with Best Picture, or do you want to start with like the low?
Whatever order it goes in, I don't give a shit.
Well, let's start with Best Documentary Short. Actually, no, none of us have seen any of those.
Yeah, let's skip the shorts.
Film editing, no one cares.
Well, I'm interested
Okay.
to see what movies are nominated for film editing.
Okay, so let's do Best Film Editing.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na. So we got Black Klansman, Bohemian
Okay.
Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice.
Okay.
And I think Favorite, I guess.
Yeah.
I liked the editing
That's
in
from-
Black Klansman. I mean, it was more noticeable,
Yeah.
I guess, but the favorite had good editing too.
Yeah, The Favorite had a little bit of style to the editing too.
Yeah.
How they would cut like immediately after punchlines,
Yeah.
and
I haven't seen the other
it was
three,
noticeable.
but I will before the
Yeah.
Oscars anyway, so.
I ended up seeing Bohemian Rhapsody too. It was fine.
Exactly.
Like I don't really, yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna get nothing out of it.
Exactly
That's why
why I
I
But
didn't
like if
see
you're
it.
a fan of Queen, then yeah, you'd get a kick out of it.
I've heard that some fans don't like it because it was inaccurate for the sake of being more cookie cutter and safe.
Yeah. Well, it was clear all the band members had their fingers on it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's points to the band's like, oh, he came up with the bass line for that song.
I bet you didn't
bunch
know
of shit
that.
like that. Yeah, like look how much they all contributed to the band and they're all
It wasn't
cool.
just one guy. How come nobody remembers us?
Yeah. But it was fine, I guess.
Do I have to get AIDS and die?
Alex, you have any opinion on the film editing of any of those films?
I guess mine would be The Favorite as well. What would you actually like to see win this? What really
Film
jumped out
editing?
at you from 2018? Yeah.
Black Klansman are the favorite. I'd agree with that. Either of those two.
How about Shrek Retold?
That's not nominated, silly.
Yeah, but what would you like to
I
see
mean something
win?
that wasn't nominated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something
Not
I wasn't
nominated,
nominated.
silly.
Oh. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the not nominated part.
I guess Bandersnatch is 2019, is that? Or is it 2018?
It's 2018.
Bandersnatch could be an interesting nomination for that, but it would never get nominated because it's like exclusively Netflix.
Mhm.
I don't know. Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Depending on how
That's a
you
good pick.
define the editing, I guess, because it's like animation.
Like film editing, it's if you do a good job, you shouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know. There were a
Anyway.
bunch of movies. Museo actually had pretty good editing. I don't know if you guys caught that one yet. I was telling you to
I
check
didn't.
it out.
Sadly.
No, I haven't seen it.
I didn't
Yeah.
have time.
Suspiria
I will,
had
though,
good
at some
editing.
point.
Yeah.
Suspiria, that's
that would be
actually
my
a great
choice.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had a lot of style to it. Very noticeable.
All right. Let's not
Best
get hung
visual
up on
effects.
these too
Next.
long.
Yeah, we're talking about editing a lot.
Yeah. Remember our first
So-
episode?
Yeah, where it was
Yeah.
4 hours
How
long.
long that was?
So VFX, we got Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo.
Okay. First Man had
Infinity War
really
would
good
be
effects.
First Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say First
I hate
Man
their
was
choices
more
for
like
this.
realistic in its effects. I never felt
Yeah.
like I was watching an effect, whereas Infinity War, it's like the whole thing's an effect.
Okay, I could see that. It just seems like a weird turnout. There's usually one that like stands out, like Blade Runner, you know, out last year. Was it last year or the year before? Whatever it was. There's none of these really stand out to me as like exceptional VFX work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I hate their interpretation of it. It's like it has to be monsters and aliens and like CG creatures to count as a visual
It
effect.
has to be the
It's
most
just so
obvious
limiting.
visual effects.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if it's not screaming visual effects at you, then it's not worth winning.
Well,
Yeah.
visual effects that are really hard to pull off, like to make a live action Winnie the Pooh, I guess is hard, which is why that got nominated. But I mean,
But all of these are just like the scope of CG. Like
Yeah.
Infinity War and
Yeah.
Ready Player One and Solo, it's all just a CG fest. So I guess it's just down
Mm-hmm.
to that. In which case, I'd
I just
say
hope Ready
Infinity
Player
War?
One
I don't
doesn't
know.
win.
Yeah, I would
That
say Ready
movie
Player One
sucked.
actually has bad visual effects, so I don't
Yeah,
know why
I
that's
would
in
too.
there.
You know what's kind of interesting to think about for that category is like
What?
they have best visual effects, but it's always live action movies that are filled with CG. Wouldn't it be weird if they nominated something like Incredibles 2? It's like that whole movie is visual effects if you think about it.
Yeah.
No, because that goes in the animated film
I know, but it's like
category.
it's so weird how it's categorized because technically, I mean, an entire animated movie is visual effects, isn't it?
Yeah,
None of
would
it
like
makes
a
any
stop
sense.
motion film be count as that?
I don't know.
There's quite a lot of whatever.
Next.
They don't think about it too much. Yeah, next.
Yep, next.
Best production design. Black Panther, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins, and Roma.
Roma had really good production design, that's for sure. I mean, it really felt...
I think I'd go with Roma.
Yeah, that'd be my choice.
Felt
too.
like it was
Roma
the time
or the
period.
Favorite.
Or Black Panther.
Yeah,
obviously.
sorry. Yeah, the favorite I meant to say.
Listen, Black Panther's production design was pretty good too. And Mary Poppins, I'm guessing because it's a musical, it's probably got a lot of shit going on.
Didn't see it.
With the costumes and the sets.
Sisters Brothers had really good production design, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see Sisters
Yeah, that
Brothers
was a
yet?
really good one. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Great
yeah, I
movie.
saw that the other week.
Okay, good.
Awesome. One of my
Fantastic.
favorites.
Man,
Yeah,
that was a good one.
You're right. That totally should have been nominated. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Sound editing, fuck that. Sound mixing.
Well, I want to know
whatever.
I just want to know the movies that are... Just tell them.
All right.
Just tell me,
Black
Ralph.
Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and The Star is Born.
And that was for
And
editing or
sound
mixing?
editing.
Okay,
That's for mixing. And sound editing
All
is
right.
Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma.
Okay.
So similar choices. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want Roma to win both of those, but we'll see. I think A Quiet Place will win that one, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for editing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Whatever.
Reddit fucking creams itself all the time over the sound in A Quiet Place. I didn't think it was that great, but
Yeah.
Reddit has decided that that's a masterpiece.
First Man, like those flight sequences solely relied on the sound. 'Cause
Yeah.
The camera's just fucking shaken to oblivion. You don't know what's going on. So I'd give it to that.
Yeah, I'd
Because
give
I
it the
think
first
the
one.
sound work was pretty amazing in that. But
If you've ever seen Roma with, like, surround speakers, you'll know exactly why it was nominated. Like, if you see
Yeah.
Roma with a good sound system, I would highly recommend it.
okay.
Okay.
Best
Next.
foreign language film?
Yeah.
Cold War from Poland.
Okay.
Capernaum
Capernaum?
from Lebanon.
That was
Capernaum,
bullshit. It was
sorry.
awful. But it's like an Oscar bait
Hold on,
movie,
let me get
though.
through them.
It's
Okay.
definitely Oscar bait. Like, no shock at all that it's nominated.
Okay, so definitely not that one. Never Look Away from Germany.
Haven't seen that
Roma
yet.
from Mexico, of course, and then Shoplifters from Japan.
Okay. Shoplifters.
I wish I
was
got to
good.
see Shoplifters.
Okay.
I'd go Roma. I
I've
think
only
Roma's
seen
gonna
Roma,
win.
so
All the
that's
ones
my
I've seen
choice.
were good except Capernaum. What is that other one? Never Look Away?
Never Look Away from Germany.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll add
you saw
that.
that?
No, I didn't. I'm adding it to my watch list now.
I liked Cold War too, but I thought it was way too short to get that emotional
Yeah,
punch it
I
wanted.
would
Yeah?
like to
You
see it
felt
a
that?
second time after understanding the type of structure that they were going for and the length. I think if that's less of
Yeah.
a surprise to me, then I'll enjoy it more on my second watch. But we'll see. Ida was
Definitely
better.
good though.
Yeah, it was really well made.
Best animated. Yeah, best animated. Isle of Dogs. Very nice. Incredibles 2. Mirai.
What is that?
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Get the fuck out of here with that. Spider-Man
Yeah, I
Into
can't
the
believe
Spider-Verse.
Okay.
My pick would be Spider-Man. Adam, I'm guessing you're like Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, I would have to say that.
And Alex, what about you? Because you
I'd be
love
happy
both.
with either Isle of Dogs or Spider-Man. I think a lot
What's
of people
your
like
pick?
this Mirai movie, though. So
Yeah, I'm gonna add
Yeah?
this to my list here.
if I had to choose one, though, I'd probably say Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely not Incredibles 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I'm assuming Incredibles 2 is gonna win. Maybe Spider-Verse, but I don't think Isle of Dogs is gonna win.
Really?
No, I think it's between Isle of Dogs and Spider-Man. I don't think they're gonna
No, this is
to
the
Incredibles.
Academy, and this is the animated feature category, and Pixar is there. What do you think? Come on.
give it. But there are years they don't give it to Pixar.
Yeah,
Like the year
very
Rango won.
infrequently to pretend as though there's actually a chance. Just enough so that people don't notice it's literally every year.
Okay. This
that'd
is
be lame,
best
but-
documentary.
Cool.
I haven't seen any of these. There's Free Solo, Hale County this evening, Minding the Gap, Of Fathers and Sons, and RBG.
I think this is the first year I haven't seen any of the documentary ones.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
So
I've
I'm just
seen none of
going to
them.
add these to my fucking list. I'm trying to think
I haven't
of
been on my game. with those.
documentaries that... Well, I saw like Fahrenheit 11.9, which was all right. Oh, Free Solo is on my watch list. I know what this is. I actually want to see this. I liked their previous
Yeah, I've
film.
heard good things about it. Alex, you didn't see any of them?
None of those. The only documentary I saw from 2018 was the Peter Jackson one about World War One.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that's not nominated.
Oh shit!
I wanted to catch
I'm really
that, but
surprised
it was
it's
in.
not. I thought it was fantastic.
It was in theaters for such a short time, and I missed it. And apparently, it's coming back in January or something, or February. I don't know.
Right.
I'll have to see if that's fucking playing.
Did Peter Jackson have involvement in the World War II one? World War II in color? Because I
not to
watched
my
that,
knowledge,
and
I
that was
don't know.
pretty excellent. Really informative.
I'd recommend this
Guess
one
you guys
though.
don't know.
Yeah,
This one is.
I really
It's
want to
also
see it.
excellent, yeah.
I'm shocked it's not
Yeah, it's
nominated.
fantastic.
Everybody seemed to have loved it.
Yeah.
They shall not grow
Yeah.
old.
I didn't even know they had footage in World War One of that shit. It's pretty
I know, it's
impressive.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
Best score?
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Black Panther.
Really?
Black Klansman.
Seriously?
If Beale Street Can Talk. Hold on. If Beale Street Can Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns. Yeah, really.
Jesus.
I don't know about either Black Klansman, Black Panther. I don't know. Isle of Dogs, I think I would pick. For that
Isle
one.
of Dogs for sure.
Sisters Brothers had a fucking awesome score.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Suspiria had a great score.
I'm pretty sure the guy
Same
who
composer
composed
as
it
Isle of
is
Dogs.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the composer again? Can you say his name?
Alexander.
Yeah, he won the
Desplat, is that
Oscar
him?
last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Shape of Water. So I'm shocked that he's not
Yes,
nominated
that's right,
for the Sisters Brothers. I just think the Academy doesn't want to acknowledge that film exists. I don't know if it's nominated for anything, but I guess
It's
we'll
not
find
on
out.
there, I don't think, at all. I
They just
see
didn't
it,
watch
no.
it, honestly.
Yeah.
They just didn't get around to it.
Damn.
Not mainstream like enough. So.
Fuck.
Best original song?
Sure.
Let's see.
Although we know that it's going to be like A Star is Born and something else.
Yeah. All the Stars in Black Panther. I'll Fight in RBG. The Place Where Lost Things Go in Mary Poppins. Shallow from The Star is Born. And that song from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Where
nice.
the cowboy trades his spurs for
Yeah,
wings.
I hope that
Yeah.
wins, but it won't. It's definitely going to
Yeah,
go to
it
A
won't,
Star
but it
is
was a
Born,
funny
but
song.
That was awesome. Yeah, I loved that song.
Yeah,
I still,
I like that
I've got
song.
it in my head right now. Like, it's memorable. When a cowboy trades his spurs for wings. I only watched the film once, but it's like still there.
Yeah. Did you see the... Well, not see A Star is Born. Did you listen to the soundtrack to
No.
A Star is Born? All the music?
No, I'm waiting
Okay.
until I'm forced to.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
right before the
bland
Oscars.
altogether. Mm-hmm.
Oh
blame
shit!
you.
You know what they missed out on here? Venom. Damn.
That'll be
What
my
the
vote if
fuck,
it was on there.
Academy?
They could have had Eminem be there.
Ah. Yeah, you want to invite Eminem back to the
well.
Oscars? First time since 8 Mile? For Venom. Okay, next.
Best
Next.
cinematography. The Favorite. Never Look
Nice.
Away. Roma. A Star is Born. And Cold War. That is, that's rough.
I know.
Because I'd say Cold War, Roma, and The Favorite are all pretty exceptional in
Yeah.
terms of how they're shot.
Yeah, I would say
They've got some good ones in there.
I would say Roma or The Favorite. I'm hoping for The Favorite, although like there's a couple shots that were like distracting in that sense, but overall it looked really great. No First Reformed? Okay.
No. They didn't even watch it. 100%.
Like,
I like the
it's not
return to black
nominated
and white,
anywhere?
though.
It
Two
is
of
on
these
there
are
for screenplay.
filmed in black and white, and that's fucking awesome.
I think they've done that a lot for the cinematography category. I think if you make a film in black and white and it's popular, they'll just automatically put it there regardless. I'm pretty sure they
Cool.
did that for like whatever that Bruce Dern movie was that was kind of shitty.
Oh, yeah, Nebraska.
Yeah. I don't know.
I liked it. The Artist.
It's bad. Sorry. Like Sisters Brothers had good cinematography, although I can't say it was like exceptional.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Twisted
A lot
Pair,
of movies did this year.
fuck, they missed out on that.
Yeah, Neil Breen. Is he his own DP?
I don't know.
Okay.
Suspiria had fucking great cinematography.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They don't like it, obviously.
Nah. Too weird.
Yeah.
Amazon made it.
Can animated films not win best cinematography? or
Well,
something?
I don't
Nah,
know.
they don't
Avatar.
count.
Avatar did. Is that an animated film? Like,
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Whatever. It just pisses me off, to be honest, just hearing these.
yeah, because I mean, like
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, you could nominate
Yeah.
that. Really?
Thought it looked
No,
great.
it's not appreciated. Whatever.
Costume design. Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins, and Mary Queen of Scots. Two Marys.
Yeah. This is another snub for Sisters Brothers, I guess. Like, I really enjoyed the costume design there.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, it all felt very real.
I agree. I'd go either Buster Scruggs or The Favorite again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say the favorite.
I would say the favorite for sure for costume design.
And Black Panther had some cool costume design. I'll give it that. The other two look boring.
Oh, yeah, they
Jim
didn't
Mary's-
nominate Burning for foreign language, didn't they? That was another snub.
No, because each country can only pick one movie, right?
Burning's South
To be
Korea.
considered. Yeah.
Isn't it?
So, So did South Korea not?
I'm pretty sure that was their submission. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
It could have been, and then the Academy just didn't, nominate it.
Yeah. It would have been nice.
Best makeup and hairstyling: Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Vice is going to win that
usually
one.
very few.
I haven't seen Border yet. I'm actually shocked to see Border is on there. But
Yeah, I think Vice deserves it.
anyway, yeah, I'll check it out still.
Yeah,
No
whatever.
opinion on that.
No, haven't seen any. Next.
Adapted screenplay: Star is Born, Buster Scruggs, Black Klansman, If Beale Street Can Talk, Can You Ever Forgive Me? That's the one with Melissa McCarthy, right? Can You Ever Forgive Me?
There's
Is that
so
it?
few films being announced this year that I'm actually legitimately excited for. This might be the most boringest Oscars ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I feel all the good, like the great stuff is going to Netflix and Amazon's making
Yeah, they
it,
don't give a shit
know?
about those.
Like in terms of like what Hollywood has made this year, the mainstream stuff. Not to sound like a fucking dork or whatever, but like the mainstream stuff has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
It has. It's like the best thing on there is A Star is Born, and I like it, but fuck's sake.
Yeah, Can You Ever Forgive Me wasn't great.
Yeah, it looked pretty boring. Although I wish I'd gotten to see Beale Street.
Beale Street was good, but it was a huge step down from Moonlight.
Would you consider that better than most of these?
Most of these, yeah, I would say. It was. I think I gave it a 7. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I like Black Klansman too, but it's just very weird that it's like Best Picture level. I don't think it's that. I liked it. I thought it was funny and entertaining. But
I think Beale Street could actually have been nominated for cinematography, but whatever. Yeah, it looked very beautiful. Like it was one of the best looking films I've seen in the year in terms of like lighting and color palette and framing.
Yeah.
But all right, next.
looking forward to it. Next up, original screenplay: The Favorite, First Reformed. Oh, there you go.
Hey!
First Reformed got
That's
nominated
on
for
there
something. Green Book, Roma, and Vice.
Okay.
I say The Favorite again because that movie's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
The Favorite
I'd say
had
The
an
Favorite as well.
awesome screenplay, that's for sure. I wouldn't be upset
Totally
with
agree.
First Reformed either, but
no, me either.
Or Roma, to be honest. I'm fine
Supporting
with any of
actor:
those.
sure.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali, Adam
Mahershala.
Driver, Sam Elliott. Oh, I guess I should say
Yeah,
the movie
say what
too.
movies.
because a lot of these guys are remote. Yeah, Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver in Black Klansman. Then there's Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice.
See, I haven't seen A Star Is Born yet, so I didn't know Sam Elliott was in it, and I thought I was worried for a second that he was nominated for The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. Then I realized that it was a lead role.
Okay.
Yeah, it was such a great performance.
Yeah, wow.
that they
I'm just
nominated
like
him.
I'm looking at these and I'm just like I'm not excited about
very
any of their
passionate.
performances. Like
No.
there's none of these that stood out to me as like, wow. I haven't seen Vice yet,
Me
so maybe
either.
I'll be impressed by Sam Rockwell, but like Richard E. Grant wasn't great. Like Adam Driver was fine. I can't imagine Sam Elliott's gonna blow me away, and I guess I haven't seen Green Book, so I like Mahershala, but
Yeah, I don't know. I like Sam Rockwell, maybe him. Alex, what's your pick?
I have no investment in this one at all.
I know,
I can
right?
just hand it to, just flip a coin, you know? Put their names on a die and just roll the die.
Yeah,
Who gives a shit
a
about these
five-sided coin.
ones? Yeah. Just go to lead
supporting
actors.
actress. This supporting actress first. Amy
Oh, yeah,
Adams
do that
in
first.
Vice. Marina de Tavira in Roma. That's like the mom in it. Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk. Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
Yeah, 2 for the favorite. That's great. I hope one of them wins. Regina King did a great job too. Although that's a surprising
everyone
one to
did a
see
good job.
there. Was that really Oscar worthy? Like, how many movies did you watch, Academy? I think they just they have a handful of movies and then they're like, okay, what are we gonna assign for each of the categories from these handful of movies? You know, like they're not actually thinking about what the best supporting role of the year was.
They're not scouting every film that came out to find the best performances, and I mean that's why it's all the same shit. It's the same 10 or 15 movies.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
yawn.
Tilda Swinton did a great supporting role in Suspiria.
Right. She played 3 fucking characters. She should be nominated 3 times.
I'm surprised that Widows isn't nominated for anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there were some great performances in that.
Yeah, Viola Davis always does a good job.
There was some great editing in that, you know?
Or even the score or something. Just any nod to it.
Yeah.
They probably didn't watch it.
I thought that, I think it was Carey Mulligan was in Wildlife. I thought that was one of the best performances of the year, but I don't think is she nominated? Is that lead or supporting? We'll find out.
I'll spoil it. She is not nominated for anything.
Yeah, wow. I thought, I hated that
didn't see
movie,
that one.
but I thought it was a great performance.
Okay. Well, we got Best Actor here.
Okay.
Let's see. Christian Bale in Vice, obviously. Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. Willem Dafoe for Aquaman. No, it's for At Eternity's Gate. Willem Dafoe. Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody. And then Viggo Mortensen in Green Book. I heard Viggo was good. I'm going with my boy Rami. But what do you guys think?
I think it's going to go to Christian Bale. And I'm just just not invested at all in these.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to get me
I don't give a
excited
shit.
about this year's Oscars. I'm going to be watching all of these films reluctantly out of obligation.
Okay. I'll read them out more excited then, so pump you up a little. Best Actress!
Wow! Oh, man, you should host.
Yeah,
You should just go up
Absolutely.
on stage and yell. Get a baseball cap and wear it backwards, throw on some shades, come out with a fucking Monster Energy drink and start screaming at people.
Yeah, they'd love that.
Yeah.
It's better than having a hostless Oscars, for fuck's sake.
And a fanny pack. That would add to it.
Yeah, that adds a lot. Alex, what's your pick?
Just give it to Willem Dafoe. I don't care. Have you seen Eternity's
Did you
Gate?
even see the movie?
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
Just
it.
give it to him.
Just give it to Willem Dafoe.
I like Van Gogh. Give it to Van Gogh. There you go.
All right, actress.
Next.
Yalitza Aparicio. That's the woman from Roma, the main
Yeah,
girl.
she did great.
Okay.
Glenn Close. Yeah, she was good. Glenn Close in The Wife. Olivia Colman in The Favorite. Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. And Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me. 100% for me is Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
That's
I was gonna
absolutely my
say.
choice. 100%.
Me too.
She was wonderful. Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy
Excellent.
is essentially just getting an Oscar nomination for playing a character that doesn't fall down in a movie.
God,
Yeah,
that's so true.
she's not in a horrible comedy.
Yeah.
And she showed some range.
Obviously the Academy loves her. She's
Yeah.
in the circles. She has the right friends. She didn't do terribly, but it was just okay, are we really going to praise her that much for just not playing an idiot? Even though her character was an idiot too, it just wasn't as slapstick. Her, I fell.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, she's playing like an actual human being, not a dumb, a Happy Time Murders character.
Yeah, the joke wasn't that she's fat and she fell down.
Yeah, it's better than Ghostbusters. So good job, Melissa McCarthy. Okay, I guess we're moving on to Best Director, which
Cool.
is a lot of foreign people this year, which is great. Paul Lekowski for Cold War,
Yeah.
Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Spike Lee for BlacKkKlansman, and Adam McKay for Vice.
I'm shocked to see Lanthimos there, but that's actually really nice. Is that his first director
Yeah.
nomination? I think so.
It is.
Wow.
And I
I would
think
assume
either him or Alfonso Cuarón deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Adam McKay is there.
Yeah, I think Alfonso might have this one. They might also just give it to Spike Lee, just because. But
Yeah, they might. Because he hasn't really gotten his due from the Oscars either, you know?
Yeah.
It could be one of those, we haven't ever given this guy an Oscar, and he's made a lot of great movies. Like when Martin Scorsese won The Departed, like that's far from his best movie, but they gave it to him anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's like Martin Scorsese, you know?
Unless, one of the studios sends the Academy like an email saying, for your consideration, and it's just a link to my Old Boy review. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to give this guy an Oscar.
You should email that to them.
No.
Get their emails and track all of them down. I think Alfonso deserves it, but I would like to see Yorgos win it because I think Alfonso won already, right? He won for Gravity.
The Academy loves Alfonso, that's for sure. So I think he's probably going to win it, but we'll see.
Right, and I won't be upset either because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a excellent movie. Yeah? Okay. Well then, Best
What else
Picture.
do we got? Oh, Best Picture. Is this the last one?
Yeah, this is it. Drum roll. So we got Vice, A Star is Born, Green Book, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, and last but certainly not least, Black Panther.
Lamau.
The obvious choice, though.
Yeah. Scoot's lock of the week. He predicted it. Lock of next year from last year. I think everybody predicted it, though. I think everybody knew this was coming. So this is the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture, then.
Yep.
Which is crazy, because you have The Dark Knight, and you have even Logan. Logan is so well made. And it's just weird that Black Panther is the one.
Even most superhero movies. I can say most, actually. This is like the most average superhero movie ever made. It's so middle of the road.
Avengers is fucking better than Black Panther.
Yeah.
Do you think it stands a chance of winning, though?
No.
I would stand up and clap if it won. I would be so happy because the Oscars is already a joke.
Like it.
That would be I would be so happy with that. The favorite winning would be awesome just because Lanthimos gets, a better career out of it, but Black Panther winning would be even better.
Legit, the only two movies I think are even worthy of being nominated are Roma and The Favorite.
Yeah, this is a very not exciting Oscars. This is just kind of trash. Like The Favorite's the only thing that I'm kind of excited about. Roma, everybody's already creaming themselves over, and it's like, okay, well, I love it, but it's not a movie that people are unaware of, at least.
Right. Bohemian Rhapsody was whatever. Black Panther's whatever. Vice I didn't see, but I heard it was a mess, and I can't stand. What's that other movie he made? The Big Short.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I fucking can't stand that movie.
I had mixed feelings on it.
I thought it was so annoying.
There are annoying parts, that's
I thought
for
it was
sure.
so messy and annoying, and if Martin Scorsese had no direction or couldn't funnel his focus on something. And I heard Vice was even worse, so I'm not interested.
I like when they stop the movie to explain things to you.
Yeah, like I'm an idiot.
It's like, hey, you like tits? Now you'll pay attention. Okay.
My dad liked Green Book. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
Did anyone see that?
No.
No.
It's just a bunch of movies that I literally would not be seeing if they're not Oscar nominated. And I'll be catching them, I'll be checking them out. And it's only because they're Oscar nominated so I can have better commentary when I talk about the Oscars, I guess.
So you can give them a 6 out of 10 and move on.
I think many of these will probably be a 5 or a 4, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of them for me are the same rating. So, Alex, what's your pick for Best Picture?
The Favorite. That'll do. I'm just whatever, man. When I was reading this earlier, I was just rolling my eyes with each new listing. It's just for God's sake, you guys are lame.
I would like to pull up last year's Oscars and just see, look at this shit. We got Phantom Thread, 3 Billboards, Lady Bird, Dunkirk, Call Me By Your Name, Shape of Water, Get Out, The Post, and The Darkest Hour. Those were the nominations. There's so much exciting shit
Most of those
there.
are great.
There's so much shit there where it's like, oh,
that's actually
wait.
a challenge, yeah.
I would say Darkest Hour is the only one that's mediocre on that list.
And now it's also The Post.
And The Post, sorry.
But now it's okay, there's two of them that I kind of want to win, and everything else just seems like kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this year? This is awful. I wonder if this, like, because they broke the record last year for, like, least people viewing the Oscars since, like, the 1960s or something. Like, I don't know. It was, like, the lowest numbers that they've had in decades. And I'm wondering if this year is going to be even lower. Honestly.
I wonder. Because last year was actually good movies. That were nominated.
Yeah, but they didn't have Black Panther last year.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I guess this will definitively prove like what kind of an audience even watches the Oscars. Is it people that give a shit about movies, or is it people who, I don't know, are just looking to see their blockbuster get
some recognition?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be that.
I mean, it's silly. Where's Blind Spotting? Where's Burning? Where's Suspiria? Where's First Reformed? Hereditary.
Sisters, Brothers.
Hereditary,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Toni
Annihilation.
Collette did a great job.
Right. That would have been nice. A Buster Scruggs nomination, maybe a screenplay. You know, Death of Stalin.
It did for screenplay, didn't it?
There were some great performances in,
No, it
in
was song,
Buster
I think.
Scruggs.
Right, I agree with that too. I'm gonna check the screenplay just to make sure.
It was adapted screenplay, wasn't it, in there?
Yeah, I think it might have been in there.
I am wrong. I am fucking wrong.
Yeah,
Just
it's
saving you from the comments.
It's really, really just lame.
I'm surprised 8th Grade wasn't mentioned at all.
Oh,
I was expecting that to...
You'd think
get
that would
nominated
be
something.
a Oscar nomination thing.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised about First Man. Like, you know, Damien Chazelle's like a favorite amongst them, and so is Ryan Gosling, and none of them were nominated for anything.
So apparently, A24 last year they put all of their investments into promoting Lady Bird for Academy recognition, because they do these kind of like campaigns, like for your consideration sort of thing. And apparently, I forget what else A24 released that year, but there was another one that kind of got ignored. So this year they tried a different strategy and allocated their funds more evenly. And it seems as though that just means like, okay, well, now the Academy doesn't pay attention to any of them.
Yeah. That's like Good Time was the other one. That got abandoned, basically.
Yeah.
Even though it was a great movie by the Academy. And yeah, this year there is not a single A24 nominated movie.
Well, is First Reformed A24? Because that got a screenplay,
I mean,
right?
for Best Picture, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's screenplay. But even so, it's very minimal.
Yeah, I saw a comment on Reddit of somebody who was very upset that they chose Melissa McCarthy over Toni Collette. And as much as I agree with that, I'm not surprised at all. To think, I would be way more surprised if Hereditary got any kind of nomination for anything, because that's not an Academy Awards movie, you know. Like even if there is a fantastic, amazing performance in it, the Academy is not going to nominate a horror movie like that, you know.
Yeah, they look down on horror movies,
Yeah.
even though
Unless
two of the
it's Get
best
Out.
movies this year are horror movies, and for sure, two of the best scores this year,
Oh,
Hereditary
yeah.
and Suspiria,
Yeah, for sure.
are horror movies, 100%. So it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs.
Terrible list.
Well, at least we have the 420 awards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Daddy Derek, don't let us
Daddy.
down. You can take the audience, snatch them up.
All right. I guess that's it for the Oscars. Did we want to
Yep.
talk about Aquaman?
Aquaman.
I'd love to talk about Aquaman.
How'd you enjoy it, Ralph? You finally saw it.
Yeah, what did you
It was
think, bro?
terrible. It was fucking terrible. It was terrible. What? It was terrible. It was fucking shit. Stop playing
All right,
around.
calm down.
I don't like
Calm
this
down.
act. The movie sucked.
Did you
Calm
not
down.
get any kind of like ironic enjoyment out of it, though? Like, were you
Yeah,
not?
I got some ironic enjoyment out of it. I'll agree it's better than most of the DC ones because it had a plot and like it looked okay.
Point one,
was
it
epic.
had a plot.
Yeah, like the editing wasn't a fucking mess. But like, I mean, it was the same. What they did is they took the Wonder Woman story and just redid it. Fish out of water. That's not a pun. But like, you know, he takes some guy, he's destined to be great, and then he goes there and he can't do it. And then he shows like his natives how cool the world is and how cool humans are. And at the end, They fight, and it's a 30-minute CGI battle, and the jokes are terrible, and Amber Heard had no chemistry with Jason Momoa, and it was just shit.
The plot was also kind of like a Lion King Hamlet ripoff in a way too.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Black Panther too. The kind of family
Black Panther
dynamics.
Yeah.
You must take your rightful place as king, or else your relative who is evil will do bad things because they would be in power instead. So go and challenge the throne.
Right. It was so unoriginal and uninspired.
Yeah, well, that's not why I loved
dull.
it, though.
Yeah. I get why you love it,
the
because
plot.
the effects are fucking hilarious. And
Oh, man. Like, the soundtrack, like, the amount of times, especially in the opening scene where, what's his name, Jason Momoa, where he gives the camera, like, these weird, sexy eyebrows and, like... Yeah, it's this weird thing where he just like stares at the camera and poses in the middle of the scene, and the soundtrack goes blah, 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 and like it happens so many times. It was so funny. Did you take note of how many times a scene would end with or a scene would transition with an explosion, where it's like, oh, we're just normally talking here right now. Boom, bad guys are here.
There was a lot of scenes that were interrupted by explosions. It got really funny.
Yeah, that was epic. Yeah.
Stop! It's not epic.
It was pretty epic. I thought
you can't deny it wasn't epic, Ralph. Say whatever you want. It is factually epic.
The Atlantis or whatever. It reminded me of the Gungan City from Phantom Menace, and I fucking hate that location. It was like a whole movie of that. I was like, fucking hell. It was so bad. I mean, I like that their hair floated in the ocean. Like, I thought that effect was well done. I want to give him credit at least a little bit. But yeah, the aquarium scene where he's a little kid and the shark was banging against the thing. That scene was so fucking funny.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like I'm watching it for laughs. You know?
Sure.
Like, would you... So your answer for your guilty pleasure of 2018 was Venom, and would you still say that? Like, you enjoyed Venom a lot more than Aquaman?
Come on.
No. I enjoyed him about the same. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I think this movie's
well,
terrible,
then why are you
but I
shitting
will
on
give
this
it credit.
in so much in comparison to Venom if you think they're pretty much the same, though? Like, why are you shitting on this one so much?
Because it's what I do. It's my bread and butter. It's my bread and butter.
No, I
but
mean, like,
I'll give Jason
you
Momoa...
didn't do that to Venom as much.
Venom's so much worse.
Because I wanted to be the contrarian
Aquaman's
there, because
awesome.
you guys absolutely hated it, and I wanted to defend it a little. Here, you guys are defending Aquaman, and I'm going, this thing is a piece of shit, but at least Jason Momoa cared, and, like, it was so fucking stupid, and it was funny.
So what you're saying is you fabricate your opinions based on what other people are saying. Ralph the
That's
fucking
exactly
liar.
what I'm saying. I'm a total
I told
hack.
you were a liar. I'm not going to believe anything
told you not to trust
say
me.
ever.
What did you say, Alex? I didn't hear you.
I forgot the name of the director. What's his name? Remind me.
James Wan?
James Wan?
Yeah, not John Mann.
What?
Yeah, James Wan.
John Mann.
No, it's John Hamm.
Yeah, it seemed like he was really into it, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
the
I
Fast
agree
and
with
Furious
that.
combined with like a horror movie at points. It was all of his previous work combined into one crazy ass, stupidly high budgeted action movie.
I
with
kind of
giant
love
sharks
it.
The
biting
action
giant
scenes were
crabs.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
They were crazy. The crazy camera shots going through buildings and long takes. Like, I commend him for that. There was like some speed
That's what I
up
mean.
slow-mo.
That's why it wasn't pissing me off like Venom, which was just so devoid of anything.
Yeah.
It was like this product that
it was
out.
definitely a better made movie than Venom. I totally agree with you.
Oh my god.
What?
I was actually surprised at how much better the effects were than what I was expecting. I thought it was better than Wonder Woman's like effects. I thought it was better than what was the other one? Justice League. You know, all the other stupid DC movies. I thought it was the most creative one. It was the most.
Yes. Better is the key word. Better, but still not good for my standards. I still thought it all looked like a PlayStation game. But it looked like a PlayStation 4 game. So, like, it's pretty good.
That's better.
Yeah, it was better. Still not good. It still reminded me of the Gungans.
Both ironically and unironically, I think this is the best DC movie. Like, out of entertainment value for laughing at it, and just it being better than the other DC movies. Not including, like, obviously the Christopher Nolan shit, but in this timeline, the DC universe.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You seen Green Lantern?
It's better than Green Lantern. But like they took the story of Wonder Woman and so many of the elements from that and Black Panther and just did them. Like they just told the same fucking thing again with Aquaman.
It did them in an entertaining way. Wonder Woman was boring as hell.
Yeah, sure, but I give Wonder Woman the credit of at least trying something different, whereas this just did it again.
Captain America and Thor combined.
Yeah, okay, you're right about that too.
Yeah, I mean, like when you watch a DC movie, the plot is not gonna come from any kind of original place.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what we could possibly expect here.
I don't know. Batman v Superman was pretty original with the plot.
Right.
Superman goes to
Aquaman,
trial
though,
in a courtroom.
No. Forget about that stupid movie. We're talking about Aquaman, the most epicest one of them all. No, right? The way I'm judging these stupid-ass superhero movies now is just, can you show me something new and fresh and something I haven't really seen before, at least visually? And the setting of the movie is so, like, out there and weird and creative.
City.
No,
it was out there.
It was all over the place, too. Like, it kept cutting back there for sure, but the movie, like, had so many different settings.
Like,
it was constantly on
playing
the move.
The drums, crazy.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Come on.
Ralph, if you actually paid attention, that was a reference to the comics.
I thought it was a reference to the Little Mermaid.
Oh my god, the scene where they went to fucking Italy and they're like smelling the flowers and there's that music playing. That was so fucking bad.
By bad, you mean epic.
But there was that epic fight scene.
No, that's not what I mean at all.
I think it is what you mean.
When the Black Manta came up and was shooting his lasers and it was that one shot that just went crazy and kept going and going. God, I was creaming my pants.
Yeah.
That shit ruled.
But yeah, it's amazing what you can do with CG.
I'm gonna buy this movie on
It would have been
Blu-ray.
cool if it was actually one take, but it's not. It's CG.
God damn it, Ralph. You're just a hater, you know that?
Yeah, I am. These movies stink.
It was too long. I'll give it that, though. It was way too fucking long.
Nah.
Yeah,
Can't believe how long it was.
I wasn't actually bored by it at all. I didn't feel the length. I was like, I was content the entire time.
It was weird, but I was like, I wasn't bored, but I could tell it was going on too long. Because there were scenes where it's like, well, you could have just taken that out and nothing would change. I mean, that's like
a lot
a
of
bad thing to be
flashbacks
missing.
were a little unnecessary. The acting of teenage Aquaman was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. That was the best.
Jesus.
He had like one
There was
line.
one line he said.
Well, he was like, so you killed my mom in Atlantis because of me?
Yeah.
That shit was awesome.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Something along those lines. I'm sure I'll memorize the quote at one point. I'll see this movie 12 times. So.
I honestly can't wait to see it again, which I can't say about Black Panther, Deadpool 2, Ant-Man. This shit ruled, man.
Yeah. This should have been the first Best Picture nominated superhero movie.
Honestly, yeah. Why not
VFX
at this
even?
point? Yeah.
It's weird this didn't get nominated for VFX. Because there's just so much going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. What did you rate it anyway?
I didn't rate it yet. I don't know. I either 1 or
4?
2. Probably 2, because it's about on the par as Venom.
Really?
So,
God damn
2.
it. It's not on par with Venom.
I thought it had a lot to offer.
It's better than Wonder Woman.
It's better than...
You thought it had a lot to offer? 2. 2 out of 5, by the way. Yeah, just want to clarify it's out of 5.
Out of 5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 out of 5.
Yeah, that was my rating.
Bad.
It's like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it was
gave it
bad,
2.5.
but like they tried a little. that's
They
my
tried
review.
a little. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
No one cares because it made over $1 billion, so your hate is going to be ignored.
I'm happy about that. Although, from what I heard, I have a friend who's from Hawaii, and he attended a screening with Jason Momoa, and the audience wasn't digging it. Nobody clapped or laughed or anything.
Well, they're just haters as well.
They clapped
The
when it
real
was
fans
over.
will get it. The real fans understand.
Yeah. It's a movie made for the fans, as David Ayer would say.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I forgot he existed for a second.
Yeah, he made that great movie Bright.
Yeah.
And Suicide Squad.
Yeah, obviously that one.
2 unepic films.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as epic as Aquaman.
When I see a movie, I want it to be epic, and Aquaman delivered.
Yeah.
You joke, but seriously, if a superhero movie ain't epic, what's the point of it existing?
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Get out of here.
I mean, it was competent. It was definitely competent.
Competently
And, like,
epic.
scenes had a point, and it was epic. Yeah.
Did you like Boba Fett? He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
That character was so weird.
What was his
He
wife?
really was just thrown in. Like that opening scene with the submarine, and then he's like, "You gotta kill that son of a bitch." the guy who dies under that missile, gets crushed by that missile. That whole thing was fucking just weird and unnecessary.
Yeah, they set up like that huge villain character, and then he's killed in the first scene that he's in. Like what?
Yeah.
Just because he's from the comics? They did. They Boba Fetted him.
He'll get his own spinoff one day.
He'll be back in
50
Aquaman
years.
2.
Mm-hmm. Aquaman 2, 3, 4, and 5.
What'd you think of Pitbull?
Emotional?
Pitbull?
The Toto Africa cover?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was that when it just turned into Fast and Furious? Like, just straight up turned into Fast and Furious?
Were you, like, clapping to the beat?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was doing. Why didn't that get nominated? Oh, I guess it's not an original song, but still, some kind of nod for that. So good.
Coolest song. Yeah.
Yeah. Most epic song. That should be a category. If the Oscars just went, like, full ironic like that, like, they just became self-aware, they're like, okay, we're doing most epic movie. That's what they should have called it instead of the popular achievement in cinema or whatever. They should have just said most epic movie, and I think that would have been fine.
Tons of people would watch it then.
Oh, dude.
I would watch. Holy shit.
I'm just struggling to think of ways that the Oscars could save themselves. Aquaman
That
would be
is
Well,
the
one.
they
way.
tried doing that most popular movie nomination. Remember, they tried that
Yeah, I
so
know.
they could give Black Panther an award, and that people didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're stuck in a perpetual state of constant apology and screwing up.
Yeah.
Every fucking year now, they do something stupid and have to apologize. Even between the award shows now.
Yeah, maybe the stars should stop sexually harassing and assaulting people.
Yeah.
That's a good step. Maybe
Can
Hollywood
you
should
really
try
stop that?
There's a new controversy too, isn't there, for this year? Because
Which
like
one?
Yeah.
a year or two ago, there was a lack of like black directors, and now it's
Yeah.
lack of like women directors. I think's the new
Right.
one.
No.
And this was a good fucking year for female directors. Lynn Ramsey directed what's the one with Joaquin Phoenix?
I'm struggling to remember the title, but you were never,
never
really
really
here.
here.
Got it.
But like that was really well directed.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, like, I don't know. Here's what they probably should do. If they want to be, like, super inclusive, just have more nominations. Just have, like, 10 nominations. You can nominate all the same things, and if you want to throw in some things that, even if the Academy doesn't think that, like, Lynn Ramsey deserves to be in the top 5, just add more nominations. I don't see the harm in that.
I don't either. But they do that with Best Picture. Like, they've had up to 10 Best Picture nominations in some years.
Like, it wouldn't
And
make
this
the
year was,
show
like,
any
barely
longer.
anything.
Because all you'd have to do is maybe cut out a bit of the bullshit where fucking Ellen DeGeneres is taking selfies or where they're throwing food at poor people. You know, like, all you have to do is just cut out a bit of that shit.
damn it.
And it's just, you're just listing the awards. That's it. Like, it's not going to add that much more time just to, you know, I don't know. It depends how long the clip you show is or how much of it you show. But, like, I don't see any issue with just adding more nominations for categories that you want to include more diversity for.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the political angle, too. People don't like them talking about politics a lot. I mean, there was that whole year they were bashing Trump. And, like, I don't think any of us care, but there was probably a huge demographic that were like, I don't want to fucking watch this.
Yeah.
I know a few people like that, you know, and they've kind of stopped that now, but, you know, they always have something they're trying to push, and people are kind
It's
of annoyed.
Hollywood.
And they don't want to watch it. Yeah, but people are annoyed by it, and they're like, "Oh, these people are
Of course
telling me
people
what
are
to do.
annoyed.
Like they're socially righteous. They've been sexually assaulting and harassing people for fucking years. Everyone in this fucking room knew this was going on, and no one did
Yeah.
anything about it for so fucking long. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh well.
So
Welcome.
maybe that's it too.
They just need to nominate
Wah-wah.
Aquaman for every category, and then I think it would be
Yeah, that'll
fine.
Yeah.
fix it.
I'd watch.
Maybe they should just, like, ditch real movies and only include superhero movies.
I mean, there are enough
And
of them now.
They should have it in China. That's what they should do. Because they're making the movies for China now. They should do the Oscars in China. And there will be this huge resurgence because a lot of Chinese viewers will watch it.
Will they, though?
That's such a good point.
I think so.
If you just have the awards be like best robot in movie, best giant robot, in movie,
Bumblebee!
best giant shark.
Most dankest song.
Yeah.
Best giant dinosaur in a movie.
Any other comments on Aquaman?
No, it was okay considering what it was. Don't watch it. It's bad.
Don't watch it.
Glad to know you
No,
loved it.
honestly, I wouldn't say watch unless you're like, I don't know, if you're on acid or something. Maybe you'll like it.
But you want people to watch Venom.
But I can't seriously recommend the movie to anybody.
Aquaman could be a good trip out movie. I don't know. I'm sure you could do
Maybe.
hallucinogenics to Aquaman and not have a bad
Sure.
time.
I wouldn't know, but yeah, maybe for that.
Yeah.
And kids will like it. If you're a kid.
Aquaman fans, don't forget about them. There are plenty of them,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah,
If
what
you're
the
an
hell?
Aquaman fan, all 2 or 3 of them. you
Well, there
watch
are
that.
now.
All billion of them.
Now Aquaman's cool, dude. He's not lame anymore. He's a fucking hunk. Maybe that'll win for Daddy Derek's 420 awards. Hottest hunk goes to Jason Momoa for Aquaman. If he shows
We will
up and
definitely
collects the
read those
award,
out.
that would be epic.
Damn straight.
I want to
Holy
see
shit.
him get so naive about the level of celebrity status that would possibly show up to his show. I want to see him nominate like actual celebrities and think that they'll actually attend.
Like The Rock and Kevin Hart just roll
Yeah.
up to fucking 420 awards.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, they're gonna host it.
Kevin Hart should host the 420 awards.
That's why Kevin Hart backed down, because he wanted to host the 420 awards. It was a scheduling conflict. Fucking hell.
All right. Well,
All right, you guys want to talk about the
Aquaman.
movie?
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Aquaman 2?
Movie Stealer.
Yeah, what
Movie
the
Price
fuck, man?
Stealer.
So after this, it's going to be Alex again and then me. So we're going back to the
Oh,
original.
is that right? Are you sure? You sure you want to do that?
Or so, no, after that, I mean, me this time.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was
after
starting
this
to panic.
episode, it'll be Alex and then me and then Ralph.
Good, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Great, okay, so we worked that out. The movie, spoilers by the way. Every week we recommend a movie or whatever. This one's on Netflix. Came out in 2018. It's called Happy as Lazzaro. And it's about a good-hearted peasant kid in Italy just hanging out with his family. And it's the dynamic between them and the rich class in Italy. And it's a fun little fairy tale, but it's also very dark and realistic when it needs to be. I loved it. Let's talk about it. What'd you guys think?
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
'Cause, I really didn't like it.
Oh!
You really didn't like it.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
I'm
muddle.
sorry.
Oh, my God.
was fu-
How
I
does
was
it
so
feel,
bored.
Ralph? This is what you get for Aquaman.
It feels awful.
If
Was
you just
Aquaman
recommended
better?
something
Just
epic.
tell me that. Was Aquaman better than this?
It was more epic.
God damn it! Why are you making me do this?
Was it more epic?
was Happy as Lazzaro more epic than Aquaman? Are you?
Well,
No,
okay.
of course not.
Which is a better film?
You're asking
which
the
is
wrong
a better
question,
film?
Ralph.
Yeah. Which is a better film? You're right.
So not more epic.
Okay. Yes. Not more epic. A better film. The fact that you have to think about that makes me want to shoot myself.
It depends on how you judge a film, right? It depends.
Yeah.
So
right.
removing my enjoyment, trying to be as objective as possible in terms of just filmmaking technique and appreciation on that regard. Is that why I'm answering this question? Okay, I guess Happy as Lazzaro then.
Okay.
I guess.
So my enjoyment for Aquaman.
That's all I
exceeded
needed.
it.
Good night, everybody. No, what were your issues with it?
It just felt really meandering to me. It took about 25 minutes for me to start getting interested in some kind of plot or development or, something that was building, crescendoing in some way. And then they did introduce something I was starting to get attached to, the dynamic with Lazzaro and the, what's his face? What's he called? The
rich kid.
Marquis?
The young Marquis, and I think his name is Tancredi.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but yeah, I thought, oh, okay, this is what the movie's building towards, is the dynamic of the rich with the poor and the differences between them, but
yeah, their friendship.
Yeah, and they kind of touch on that a little bit, but then Lazzaro falls off a cliff, and then they just don't acknowledge it again. Really.
That was
they
the
go
best
back
part.
to it. They go back to it later, but I mean, it just seemed to kind of wiggle in and out of a bunch of different kind of plots and weird story beats and characters, and I never felt like I was really getting attached to any characters for long enough or really learning anything about them. And the main character is he's so aloof and really has no personality to him that I didn't find him as he's a little bitch.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be like this innocent. He's very simple, for sure.
He's naive and innocent, yeah.
Yeah. What makes that interesting is like a contrast, and I thought the contrast with the rich, Marquis character was interesting because they are so, polar opposites to each other. But that's barely in the film for its 2 hour and 10-minute running time. So that was my main problem. Like, it didn't really have any momentum to me. There was no like nugget that was making me wonder what was going to happen next, or no driving force for me. Yeah, it just annoyed me that Lazzaro himself had like no agency really in anything that happened. He just kind of wandered around.
That's what I liked about him, is that he was like, there's this realistic heavy shit going on at times, and as people grow up, because there's this first half of the movie where they're young and then they grow up and life sucks, and what's his name? Tancredi is fucking a bum, and Lazzaro is really outside of all of that. He has no real opinion on it. He has no stake in it. He's just there, and he's just like this vessel, and this kind of hopeful symbol for all of these characters, and that's why I really liked him and connected with that. But again, if that doesn't work for you, this movie isn't going to work for you as well. So I understand that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it overall. I didn't really have any major issues with it. For Lazzaro, it is kind of the point that he is a little bitch, and he does, like, from the opening scene, like, people are just constantly calling his name, like, hey, get over here. And it's not just the higher class that are exploiting him, it's everyone around him. They know that they can exploit him because he will do anything that anybody asks him to.
But he's also very endearing and charming for that reason. Like, people actually genuinely like him.
I'm stuck between, like, endearing and charming and, like, kind of brain dead. I think that he's kind of a fucking idiot. But
that's what I thought as well.
He's just simple.
Yeah. Like, he's super simple.
Like, he doesn't mess anything up. He's not constantly fucking up the plot and ruining everything. He's just there and he does his best.
Yeah,
but he's just a dude.
He's more of a symbol for a concept than he is a character, and I don't get bothered by that. I can see how someone would, because he doesn't really have a character. He's more of just like a like prop to showcase this idea of a person who's not taking advantage of other people, despite everyone taking advantage of them, as the film itself states. The mom character, she's like, that's impossible. Everybody takes advantage of everybody. It's an entire vicious cycle. And so I justify my own actions by believing that everybody is that way, when there's this one character, at least, who doesn't fit into that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought that it was a unique way of showing a character. I'm wondering exactly if it would have been appropriate or effective to have perhaps a secondary character with those traits rather than the main character. I'm not sure if that would have
I
made it
think that's
better
what
or
made it
worse.
interesting,
Yeah,
is that it was the
is
main
for sure
character. And all of the
interesting.
secondary characters, the girl he knew, the Tancredi, her name was Antonia, by the way. Everyone, I thought all the characters were really entertaining and fun, and it was great to see them grow up. You see the kid grow up into like
That kid was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but it was funny. I just loved
He
all
almost
of them.
murdered the main character in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, there's the scene, of course, where he falls off the cliff. If we want to talk about that.
That was kind of like, I was so confused when that happened because it's like it just came out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden he's falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking loved it. It was like, I don't know. You elaborate on what you liked about that.
Well, I mean, it was definitely shocking. Like, and it didn't when he fell, it didn't feel like just like they threw a dummy off a cliff or anything. It didn't all of a sudden become a joke, but it was distracting in the sense where it's like, oh, what? Okay, I guess he just, he fell out of nowhere. And it was really weird.
Yeah.
And I was expecting that the character died or something. Like, oh, wow. This earlier
Yeah,
into
so I
the
thought
movie, we
too.
have a new main character, but then it didn't. And I understand then we get to see kind of like what the movie is going for and what makes it more of a fairy tale from that point on. And the entire first half an hour was more or less just developing the characters and developing the environment and the dynamics between the upper class and how they're exploiting them. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall, and I like that was essentially more or less just used as an excuse to kind of explore these characters at a later point in time. But I also kind of had the feeling like, did we need that fantasy element to do that? Because in many other films, you could get the same thing by just cutting to X amount of years later in the script. And I'm confused as to why or to what purpose we have a character who doesn't really provide much commentary on these issues experiencing that rather than just like, okay, we cut to X amount of years later. It makes it more interesting and unique for sure. It makes it a weirder movie, and I like that. But I wish that there was a bit more of a narrative purpose to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like nothing about that aspect. The fairy tale aspect is very clear up until that point. Like if you just took that fall out of the movie and the fact that he doesn't age, I mean, you wouldn't really consider it much of a fairy tale at all. It would just be a straight up drama. Like I feel like that's the only thing that makes it.
I mean, the story itself, like the dynamic between the rich and the poor, and him as a character is very much like Pinocchio or someone, like some fairy tale character. Like, there were a lot of elements in it that felt like a fairy tale beside that. And I think that's, again, like Adam said, that's what makes it so unique, is that you have these selfish, bitter characters, and it doesn't really get them anywhere. And then you have Lazzaro, who isn't that, and everyone is clinging to him for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just didn't feel it, man.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
I liked how the characters mention that what's his name, Tancredi, the young Marquis. Like even before he goes missing, they're just like, this is probably like when the time when he faked he had leprosy. Like we already know that these characters are used to his bullshit, and he's just like a constant liar who makes shit up for attention. All of a sudden he's like, I want to go live in the fucking over here where society isn't, and I'm gonna abuse this Lazzaro guy and get him to do everything for me.
He's a spoiled brat.
Why aren't you working then? Because you told me to make coffee for you over here. Like,
But like him being a brat and having Lazzaro do all those things for him, eventually Lazzaro actually genuinely becomes his friend, because he's actually never had anyone who enables his shit like that. So he finds some comfort in him. So that was interesting.
he takes the half-brother thing a lot more seriously than that guy did.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It's a very strange movie.
It was very odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never take that away from it. It was certainly unique. I just found my biggest issue was the pacing. I feel like all of these elements are like great on their own, but I had no momentum that was driving it forward for me. I was just sitting there just waiting for something to intrigue me, and every time it did, it would move on to something new. That it just like reset the cycle again before I could really, get invested or dive my teeth into anything to really get into it.
The movie also has a lot of characters to add on top of that. So there's a lot of jumping back and forth between all these different people. There's like this little love plot going on with a younger woman and a boy. They're going to go off to the city. Like that's a whole little thing going on. Yeah, there's a lot of little things like that they keep cutting to. So I can understand that. I just found it all interesting.
Yeah, I found it interesting too. I didn't really feel as though the time was like inappropriately used. I think by the time that we got to, the elements of the story where he's interacting with the young Marquis, I feel like by that point I was like, okay, yeah, I'm content with how much was developed up until this point, and it gives us more context for, the dynamics between these characters and the environment that they're in. So, yeah, I didn't hate it at all. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Might be on my list at the end of the year, actually.
Ooh. I also like the way this film's shot. The 16 millimeter.
Oh yeah, it's so weird.
They had the 4x3.
I like how the light interacts with the frame border, which is like did they like put like a physical border on top of the lens and then just shoot? Is that what they did? It seems like
I wonder
they did
if it
something
was
like
that, or like sometimes you film a movie like that and that's just the way it is, and then you crop it later. And maybe they didn't do that. I really don't know the process of that. But it looked great, and it gave it more of that storybook, like, I don't know, almost like a home video kind of feel, if that's the right word for it. Like, it just felt very grounded. And I loved just the scenery of it. I love seeing Italy and the locations and all that. The city looked great, and, it was a nice setting.
I enjoyed it overall. It's not going to be like high on my list or anything, but I think it might be on there. We'll see after a second watch.
Yeah.
I think a part of my experience was ruined because I had to be a swashbuckling pirate to even be able to watch this movie because it's not out in the UK. So the one I saw was kind of shitty quality. Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. I thought it was in the UK.
No, we get everything late. We're very behind the times.
Sucks.
We're cavemen over here, so...
Hey, you got Marvel movies early.
There was one aspect of the film that distracted me a little, and that's the fact that Lazzaro looks like a young Justin Trudeau. Like, literally the same hair and everything. He looks exactly like Justin Trudeau looked when he was younger, and it was so funny. I was like cracking jokes in the middle of the movie, like, oh yeah, he'll do anything he's told, except for election reform. Got him.
God's sake.
I mean, maybe that's intentional.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's to prove a point.
I don't think so. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
This is also the first film directed by a woman that we've talked about on this podcast. Alice Rorsch. I can't fucking say her last name. You think me being Italian, I would be able to say it, but yeah, she's awesome. Rorschach.
We've talked about Jupiter Ascending before, Ralph.
Oh yeah, that was recommended.
No,
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
We've mentioned it,
and this is her first feature too.
Is it?
And it's pretty goddamn it's pretty goddamn good.
I saw some other credits for.
It might be. Oh no, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
think so.
That was for writing. It's the first script she's written for a feature.
Okay. And she
directing,
won
she's directed a few
best
things.
screenplay at Cannes for it. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw The Wonders. Wasn't a huge fan. Well, look, she wrote The Wonders too. What are you? Oh wait, yeah. What are you talking about? This isn't her first screenplay. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Ralph.
I'm looking at some stupid thing.
Is it an article?
Wrong info. Fake news. Yeah.
Who wrote that article? What's it for? What's it from?
I don't.
What website is this?
I
Infowars?
X'd out of it. Hold on. Yeah, Infowars. This Alex Jones wrote it. God damn it. So she is an accomplished director, but this is her best movie. I haven't seen the rest of them, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I saw The Wonders.
And it's better than Aquaman.
Amazing.
Excuse me?
You would agree that this is better?
Better than Aquaman, but not as epic.
Thank you, Adam.
Well, I mean, there's no question. Aquaman is probably the most epic movie I've seen all year, honestly. I can't think of a more epic movie than Aquaman that I've seen in 2018, that's for sure.
I also want to add that my mom is from Italy. Like she came here when she was 5, and she's from like a small, like kind of town. She's not like a peasant like they are in the movie, but she's from an area like that, lots of farms and stuff. And the authenticity of all of that stuff and the way that people talked and communicated with each other, how like 80 people would just be in one room having dinner and they like pull out some snacks in the middle of the night to celebrate a marriage. Like that's totally the feel of Italy. And they got that so perfect. And it was really funny, their interactions.
Yeah.
So I thought all the acting was wonderful and it was funny, and I really connected with that stuff.
I definitely see like a lot of potential in this writer-director. I don't know if this potential has been fully realized yet. We'll see if she improves as she goes along. But there's definitely something there. And I like what I saw.
Yeah.
It like I feel like most of my enjoyment out of it would be because it's like a very unique, very weird movie, and you know, I felt like things were properly developed, at least for my tastes anyway. But there's still ways that it could be improved for sure. As much as Lazzaro isn't like a real character in a sense, he's still entertaining to me. Like when she opens the drawer, he's like, "Ooh, cutlery!" And like just the way he reacts to certain
moron,
things.
yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a fucking dope. He's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. But it is
I guess
entertaining.
Very likable one.
Yeah.
It depends if it's endearing to you or not.
Exactly.
Everything, when you're describing it on paper, is the kind of thing I'd like. I really like the idea of this kind of off-the-grid tobacco farm that's like way behind the times, that's like illegally, you know, doing its thing until they're caught by the like government. I thought that was like a really interesting aspect, but again, it's just such a small part of it. And the same thing with like all the things I just found so interesting about it. It didn't really develop or stay on for very long, so I just found it really hard to stay engaged throughout the whole thing. I was trying my best, man, but I just couldn't, get into it. I just didn't really get much out of it at the end.
I'm sorry, I don't really believe your apology, Ralph. Can you do it again? With more emotion this time?
I'm very sorry you didn't enjoy it, Alex.
Get on your
crying.
knees.
Thank you. That's what I needed. Just make me feel better.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. It's
so
gonna
1 out of
happen.
10.
I mean, I didn't like Martyrs. Fucking it happens. Sometimes if you watch these movies and like, that was shit.
I didn't think it was shit, though. I was just not entertained in any way. So
Yeah.
Well, not in any way.
When it doesn't connect with you, it's just like, what can you do?
Yeah, I thought it was a bit long in the tooth, a bit bloated for my liking. I would have liked it to be a bit more compact and to the point, especially if it's like a fairy tale type story. But I can see what you're saying about it, but really not my taste.
Especially the ending is very bizarre.
Yeah.
And very dark, which I liked a lot. But
I like that scene. That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie when he's just his like moronic tendencies were getting him in trouble. I thought that was an interesting way to take that kind of character, you know, put him in the
this like
bank with
half-assed
a
bank robbery.
But like
I'm here to
not,
take all
not
your
even
money.
an intentional bank robbery. You didn't even know what he was doing, really.
Yeah, he didn't understand like how like loans work and leases and
The bank.
It
That was
funny.
cute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to a bank and rob it.
Was that part accurate in terms of portraying the Italian people? Do they just beat like kids to death for things like that?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past a group of Italian people to do that. Not at all. Not to stereotype Italians. I know. I love them. But God, they would totally do shit like that.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious. Was it shot on film? It seemed like it might have been shot on film.
I think
Yeah,
it was.
totally,
I saw in the
100%
trivia.
it was. I think 16 millimeter.
Oh yeah, there was one part that kind of took me out of it. After the kid took the mirror on the bike, and then it cuts to the group of people just staring there, and that weird wind sound effect happens. It seemed like something I would put in one of my reviews, like a funny edit, like they're all just staring. And then like when the young Marquis is coming outside, they're like making wind sounds with their mouth or something, and that was confusing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like
what?
They're like, I'm trying to think of how.
Didn't
Like,
they reference
they're
it
like,
later too?
Not taunting him or mocking him. They want to show their disapproval. So it's like a group of them going like.
Did it seem like to anyone else that the young Marquis aged a lot faster than everybody else?
Yeah.
Like by a gap
Yeah,
of
did.
like 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
That was
But
weird.
again, it could have just been he aged poorly. Because, there's some people who go from 20 to 40, and you look at them and you're like, fuck, that guy's 40? He looks like he's 60 years old.
It could be that Lazzaro's dead and this is all just a fever dream before he passes out and dies.
Sure. Could be that too.
You know, the young Marquis is a YouTuber.
What?
Oh, really? An Italian
Yeah,
YouTuber?
he's got like 200k subs.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Check
shit.
him out. Yeah.
Yeah, you should come on the show. You would tell him how you didn't like the movie.
Oh shit! I'll pretend that I like it.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so
you're awesome,
epic.
man.
Yeah. Wasn't as epic as Aquaman. That's what you should tell him.
All right.
That's
Thank you.
that.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Let's do some ratings. No problem. I give it 5 out of 5, but I'm interested what you guys would give it.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Nice.
I was right down the middle, so like a 5 out of 10.
Okay. That's
Right
fair.
down the middle. Not bad, not good. Just there. There it is.
Right down the middle.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, just exactly like
And not that
Lazzaro.
epic. I'll agree with you there. It's not that epic.
Not epic enough for me, I'm afraid.
Uh-huh. On an epicness scale, it's like a 2 out of 5. Whereas Aquaman's
yeah,
like at
if not
least a
lower.
4. Anyway, you guys want to do questions now?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is the part of the show where we answer questions from the Sardonicast Reddit. Head over to the thread that Ralph always pins there, and you, yes, you listening right now, you might have a chance of your question being answered. This episode, we're going to start with a question from, what's his face? Battle Up Saber. What movie or movie series do you want to see have a 20 years later sequel, i.e. Blade Runner 2049 or Trainspotting 2? Sequels that are deserved. I've got one if you guys can't think.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you want to have a second to think.
Sure.
Madagascar 4, I feel like is
All right.
like a necessary sequel. I'm not
Okay.
even joking.
Do you have a real answer?
I'm not even joking. You guys sleeping on Madagascar 3, like I'm serious.
Dude, then recommend it. Recommend it.
Wait, you ruined everything.
It's not my fault. It's your turn, right? It's someone's turn.
I thought
no,
it was
it's
Adam's
Adam's turn next.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're gonna
next
have to wait.
Yeah,
week,
let's skip me again.
Next time, you button down. Yeah, we're gonna skip you again so we can watch Madagascar 3, recommended by Alex.
Honestly, people in the comments, they want it. They're with me on this.
Maybe next week we can just talk about Madagascar 3.
Man, I'm
Like,
serious.
without a
I'm serious.
recommendation.
You be laughing at me. You not believe in me. You'll see one day. That's my answer.
Okay.
100%. I want a new one.
All right.
I got one. Kill Bill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to,
Didn't
you
she
know, like
kill
there's,
all the bills?
well, no, I mean, but the fucking Cottonmouth's daughter could come and get revenge,
Ah, yeah.
you know?
Okay.
That's something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, because when I'm thinking about this question, there's so many films that I love that kind of leaves its characters in an open-ended situation where it's like, okay, I'm interested to know where they would be later down the road, but at the same time, those films, it's like that also adds a sense of purpose to it. And if we're gonna go like things I really like, it's like, do we really want a sequel? You know, so
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it.
Kill Bill is something where I could see that working. I would like to see that, but who knows? Like, I don't know. Quentin Tarantino hasn't like completely lost his shit. I think that it could totally work as long as he
Yeah.
does the same style and aesthetic and, you know, keeps true to the original film.
Yeah. He's
So-
definitely
so
still a
that's-
good director.
That's one. Otherwise, like the other ones that could work are already, you know, happening. Like the Before trilogy is like constantly doing that every 7 years or whatever. And apparently Call Me By Your Name is going to have something like that, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine would
cool.
be District 9. I would like a sequel to District 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they say, we'll be back. The aliens say, we'll be back. And I'm curious what's going to happen when they come back.
Right
I would
after
like that.
these messages.
Yeah. That's,
What happened to that
That's pretty
director?
much my pick. I would like to see that.
Oh, I got a good one. Crank
Yeah.
3, baby. We need a Crank
Yes!
3. We need
20 years
Crank
later.
3.
An old man.
Hell yeah.
Jason Statham.
Dude, like, if those two worked again to make Crank 3, I would be so happy. Like, Neville Dean and
Yeah, it'd probably be
Taylor
great.
do not make great solo films. They were better when they worked together.
I agree with that.
Oh, what about a sequel to Unbreakable? That'd
Oh,
be cool.
We already had that.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It sucked.
oh yeah. Whoops.
It was
Anyway, next
genuinely awful.
question. Okay, Ralph San says, what movie had the worst sequel? Parentheses, a sequel that had the biggest drop in quality compared to the original.
There's a lot.
I have one, and it's not a Madagascar movie.
Okay.
RoboCop 2. That film stinks. Super boring. Doesn't capture anything about the original RoboCop that made that work. Super lame. And you could probably say the
Didn't even
same
watch the whole
about
thing.
Starship Troopers 2 and all that dumb shit. Yeah.
Isn't one of the RoboCops PG-13? Like the sequels?
Yes. God, I can't remember which one, but that one
It's not the
sucks
second
as well. I think it's
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that
lame.
was bad.
We got Glass. We got The Descent Part 2. We got Wreck 3.
Incredibles 2.
Oh, Wreck 3
Incredibles 2
sucks.
isn't as much of a drop off as those three that I just
Yeah.
mentioned, but
Yeah,
It's not
you're
the
right.
worst
Still not good.
sequel. I reckon the second Jurassic Park is a good one. It's just really weird, bizarre.
Ghostbusters. I hate the Ghostbusters
Oh, yeah.
second one.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
sucks.
bad. I love the first one.
yeah, there's quite a few bad sequels out there, honestly. Glass was fucking awful. The Descent Part 2 I reviewed, and Wreck 3 is just like so garbage.
Yeah, Wreck 3 really annoyed me.
3 and 4 are both garbage, but like it's such a
Oh yeah, I forgot they did 4.
betrayal and unnecessary departure from what the series was. It's like it should have just been a spin-off. You shouldn't have called it Wreck 3 because it has it's just a spin-off. It's not even the same style.
So lame.
So
Yeah.
lame.
So
But
shit.
they like making money.
I guess so.
Not that Sam Smith asks, what well-regarded movie have you never seen but you know you should and you just can't be bothered to?
I've got about 1 billion fucking answers here. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lion King for
Shoot.
me. I've still never seen the movie.
You've never seen The
whole thing.
Lion King?
No,
What
I've
the-
never seen it.
Never, not even as a kid.
Oh no.
No.
That's
Never
amazing.
watched it.
Wow.
I'll just see the live action one. Don't
Oh no, you can't do that to yourself. You got to see
Yeah,
the
watch it
original.
first.
No,
Do that.
yeah. I'll see the animated one.
Please. Everybody on my subreddit has turned Tarkovsky's Stalker into a meme because I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. So anytime I
Yeah.
watch a shit movie and it's on my IMDb, they're like, look what he saw instead of Stalker. I'm like, yeah, well, I was with my parents like on Christmas and my brother
watch Stalker with your parents?
really wanted to watch Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny. Okay? I wasn't going to I
That's a
wasn't going to
great
put on
movie.
like a 3-hour long art film. Like, I gotta be in the right mindset for it. I gotta be in the right mood. And the fact that I haven't seen it yet is out of respect for the film because I want to see it in the best condition and setting possible. I want to see it when I'm the most awake, when I can just literally just get absorbed into it. There's like, I still haven't seen Unforgiven. There's plenty. Like,
It's a good one.
I could list 1 billion fucking movies that I know I should see, but I haven't.
I still got to see the Miyazaki movies too. But Alex,
Oh yeah. My most egregious one is probably Godfather 2. Never seen it.
I haven't seen that
really?
yet either, actually.
Never seen Godfather 2 or 3.
shit, that's a good recommendation.
Too bad your recommendation isn't coming up for another like 4 episodes.
Yeah, it's
Ralph.
gonna be a while.
Yeah. Oh
It's gonna be a while, bro.
You mean it isn't my turn this week? I was about to recommend.
Yeah, that's probably my worst one.
Okay.
Sam is a poll 27 says, what are your favorite / least favorite fan theories on films? I've got one
Go
to
for
start us off. I quite like the Jar Jar
I was
theory.
gonna say that, yeah.
I feel like I mentioned it before. Really,
Yeah, I love it too.
I love the Jar Jar theory, and I'm a believer. I am a believer of that one. It's just too strange if you look at the evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a good video on it, and it's like Jar Jar's an animated character, So all those choices and decisions they made, these weird little details they added in, that ain't accidental.
Yeah.
There's some thought put into that.
Yeah.
George Lucas is really, a great filmmaker.
I believe George Lucas was like totally obsessed with the poetry it rhymes thing.
Yeah.
So I think for sure he originally thought or was intending for Jar Jar to be some kind of Yoda, like but evil character. But after the reception of Phantom Menace, I think he reeled it back and just invented Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Which is like, get rid of Jar Jar, let's put this guy in. He's cool. He's got a curvy lightsaber.
So for people that are confused, the theory is that Jar Jar was pretending to be stupid, and he was actually, it was all just a huge trick, that he was actually some super genius, and he was pretending to be stupid so that the main characters didn't see him as a threat. And if you look at the evidence, there's actually a lot that goes towards this theory.
And it's literally his fault that the villain
I like that one
gets
too.
into
That's
power.
honestly my choice if I had one, because I can't even think of other ones.
It would explain the clip of George Lucas saying Jar Jar's the key to everything. Because if that's not the case, then
Genuinely.
what do you fucking mean by that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, it really does make sense, because in the story, Jar Jar, it is his fault as to why the Emperor gets into power. So that would be like a cool reveal.
Yeah.
It'd be like, if it was actually done properly, I mean.
And apparently just the fan reception to Jar Jar was so bad that George Lucas'd his film.
Yeah.
It was like, let's change
That's
it.
amazing. There was actually a really good reply to this one that I'd never heard before from Thick Boy. I'm not going to read the rest of his name. In Indiana Jones 4, everything that happens after the Nuketown scene is Indy hallucinating as he dies of radiation poisoning while trapped in the fridge.
Yeah, I believe
that is
that
awesome.
one.
That is awesome. I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
You guys have any others? Or?
There's definitely a film that I'm struggling to remember where the same thing is essentially happening. Like, oh yeah, like after this point it's a dream or something. Like I can't remember exactly which one, but there was one where I was like, no, yeah, this is definitely a dream after, mostly because I just didn't like what happened after that point. What was it?
Like Mass Effect 3 ending?
Yeah, I think it was Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the indoctrination theory.
Yeah.
That would be it.
The one,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I was thinking of. I guess that's not a film.
That's a great one.
Yeah, the indoctrination theory is what I would prefer to believe. And go, I'm going to see if I can just find the YouTube channel name. But if you're a big fan of Mass Effect, Shepard's Indoctrination, the channel name is...
They never elaborated on that.
Acavyos, Acavyos. And it's a really great video that kind of like, without any commentary, just using clips from the game, explains the whole thing and is a really,
it's really convincing.
Great video. Yeah, it's very convincing. And who knows, like, because BioWare had to rewrite the ending anyway. You know, EA and all their bullshit.
If that was the plan, they would have that ready.
I would love for them to have revealed it in the DLC. I was so fucking pumped for like one piece of DLC to just confirm that I was so excited for that when it came out. It never happened. And I was pissed off. And so now it's just like, okay, I prefer to believe this, and a lot of people aren't going to take me seriously, but I prefer to believe that.
I don't think it was their intention at all. I don't know. That's a great fucking theory.
I wish.
No, it clearly
man.
wasn't,
That would have been the craziest
fucking.
Well, now it's like, okay, so I don't really want to spoil Mass Effect 3, but let's just say the endings that we're presented with, it's like if you go further into the timeline in the universe, it's like it kind of makes a lot of future games impossible if you go later in the timeline and just don't make prequels.
You just can't do it.
So
they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, yeah, that's, if you love Mass Effect, check out that video. Especially if you were disappointed by the ending of the third game. There's fun little fan theories on TV shows, like Caillou had cancer and that's why his parents allow him to be a little shit all the time and nobody criticizes him. There's like theories on The Simpsons of like, okay, the rest of this is like Bart or Homer in a coma and some shit. Like,
or The Sopranos has a lot of theories for the ending.
There was one about like Ed, and Eddie being in purgatory or some shit. Like, there's so many fun and interesting fan theories out there.
That's funny.
SpongeBob and Patrick being gay lovers. There's that one.
That's a theory?
Yep, that's an
I
interesting
thought that was
one.
just in the show.
Yeah, I think they were just best friends, but whatever.
Best friends with benefits.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
Damn
never
straight.
sucked your best friend's dick? Get a life.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Okay. Oh no, I've cut his name off. What am I gonna do, fellas?
You cut
It
him.
just says 6 days ago.
That's not very epic.
His name is 6 days ago. I'm sorry. You'll know who it is, but it's a pretty decent question. What's your opinions on being on your phone while watching a movie? Not at the theater, because that's obviously fucked, but being on your phone checking Reddit and whatnot while watching a movie. Do you guys do this?
Nope. If it's a bad movie, then yeah.
Exactly. So like when I'm doing my list videos and I'm watching literally like fucking 4+ movies in a day, there's going to be some movies that just don't pique my interest as much, and I might go on my phone just because I'm waiting to see if the film like redeems itself or starts to get more interesting. I won't do that for a subtitled film, like if it's not in English, because like there's no way you can pay attention at the same time. But you know, for the most part, I mean, if a film is great enough to be gripping to me, I won't be on my phone at all. You know, there's films where it's like, okay, fuck the phone, like not even trying to stop the urge or anything. It's like the urge isn't there because the film is great enough. And there's been maybe a couple times where I've been like, okay, fine, I'll just, you know, dick around on my phone a little bit while I wait 20 minutes to see if this gets better. And there have been maybe a couple times where the film got better enough for me to be like, okay, shit, I guess I'm invested again, and at which point I'll rewatch it anyway. So yeah, I don't really do it. Sometimes I, you know, for the films we talk about on this podcast, I'll have my phone out and I'll write the notes down there, but that's about it.
Yeah, a movie for me has to be really dull for me to put my phone out and start doing other things. Like I'm trying to, like Hot Summer Nights or something, where I give it like a half hour and I'm like, I'm not digging this. I'm gonna go on my phone. But I'm way more strict with it, I think, than you are, Adam.
Yeah.
Like I hardly ever, but it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be bad though. It has to be really bad.
I guess if it's the only time I will do it, unless it's really bad or boring me, is if it's a film I've seen before, I might pull up my phone and just read through
that too.
IMDb trivia or, you know, the wiki page or
That's a
something,
great
just
point.
to,
Yeah.
I'll do that now and again, but not normally for my first watch.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a film that I love that the aspects that I love wouldn't be apparent enough or noticeable enough for me not to catch them if I were on my phone for a second. You know, like I'll always be able to be like, okay, wait, this is a good movie, or like I love this about it, and just like ignore my phone, obviously. So
Yeah.
Okay.
got him.
Ralph's Jenkum asks, are you ever insecure about your stance on a movie? Like if you didn't like the movie that someone who you tend to agree with really loved, do you ever go back to it and try to see what they saw?
I go back and see what they saw, but I'm never like insecure about it. I go, okay, maybe I wasn't looking at this a certain way. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes you change your opinion on things, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, I've revisited films that people have like begged me to, like fucking that Adam Wingard movie, You're Next. I was like, really? Like everybody got mad that because I thought it was just bullshit and that it wasn't like this masterpiece meta art house film commenting on slasher movies. I was like, okay, yeah, there's some meta aspects here, but overall it's just a dumb slasher movie. What, you haven't seen one of those in the past like 20 years, so all of a sudden it's a masterpiece? And everybody got mad, so I checked it out again. I'm like, well, yep, still don't like it.
I'm also very young too, so my opinions on things aren't as cemented. And like growing up, even just 2 years ago, my tastes were different than they are now. And life experience and little things that happen to you in life will add to certain movies, definitely. If I saw Holy Mountain 4 years ago, I'd probably fucking hate it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
it's just, that's what happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't say insecure. I'd say more, sometimes I'm just a bit like, God damn it, why did I have to feel this way? When it's like something really beloved, it can just be like, God damn it, why do I have to feel this way? But you can't force it, man. You got to be honest with yourself. There's no, who's it serving? You know, if you just lie about, yeah, I just watched that classic movie god, it was awesome, wasn't it? Even though you didn't like it or didn't get anything out of it. Like,
yeah. And people react to genuine, honest opinions way more than they do some forced fucking, oh, I loved Black Panther, like everybody else. Like, no one cares. Like, just stay true to yourself and your opinions.
There's been a few times where I've been like, oh, this movie's awesome, let's watch it. And then as the movie's playing, I'm realizing that most of it was just nostalgia. And as I'm showing it to this other person that hasn't seen it before, I'm like, oh, I kind of hyped this up a little too much, didn't I? So like that would be the closest I would get to being like insecure about my opinion on the movie. But then I'll usually just be like, I'll lower my rating anyway, according with just how I feel about it currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Got him.
Got
You did it.
All right.
Okay, so I gotta recommend a movie.
Fuck you.
Well, what'd you recommend, Ralph?
Madagascar 2.
Oh, yes!
You go ahead, Alex. It's your turn.
It's my turn.
It's not me.
Fuck.
Go ahead, Adam.
So we've been... this is going to be an interesting one. We've been talking about this film or these films a few times, saying we need to go back to them, and so I thought I would take the bullet. I would take the initiative here. My recommendation is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. And so what I've planned out here, I'm saying Spider-Man 2, but what I'm going to fucking do, and you're under no obligation to participate in this, I'm going to watch all three of them. And so if you only have time to watch the second one, okay, you're watching all three? Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to watch all three of them, and we're going to see exactly how much of these films are nostalgia. We're going to see how they compare to these newer Spider-Man films, because we haven't seen them in a while. I would love to see them again anyway. I got the 4K Blu-rays and everything, so I've already planned out my fucking marathon. And awesome. I'm excited. Fucking Spider-Man 1 through 3, but I guess on the video we'll just put Spider-Man 2 or whatever. I don't know.
Well, it's just Spider-Man
trilogy.
We could just watch every Spider-Man movie, and the whole episode can be Spider-Man.
There are enough of them. Jesus.
Yeah.
Including them.
Yeah.
Venom!
Yeah,
Gonna go get him!
All right. Yeah, so that's my recommendation.
Awesome
if you
choice.
don't want to be spoiled for those movies, then check them out before we talk about them on the next episode. Thank you all for listening or watching this podcast. If you would like to support the show, $2 a month on Sardonicast.com. Sign up for premium. You'll get these episodes early. Also, the same thing on Patreon.com/Sardonicast. We also have merch. Buy our merch. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to this epic podcast. It was more epic because we talked about Aquaman. Hope you enjoy the 420 Awards. Somebody seriously, please go to that.
When is it happening? In April?
I don't know. It's probably on 420.
Do you know where it is?
It's in Vegas.
Is it in LA?
Oh, yeah,
it's
of
in
course
Vegas.
it's in
April. Yeah, it's in Vegas.
That's pretty close.
What, you think you're going to go to it?
He'll recognize me and Adam. You have to go, Ralph. You have to do it.
Go, Ralph. Ralph, you got to go.
Only if I'm nominated. You hear that, Derek Savage? If I'm nominated for biggest hunk or whatever, I'll go.
Well, he's actually looking for a YouTuber to host the awards. So
no way.
If he's,
that's true. That's
I'm
true.
not even kidding. So perhaps he won't fully understand that you're friends with us. And maybe you could you should apply. You should apply to host the 420 Awards.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be fucking hilarious. But
that would be awesome. That would be fucking epic. That would be more epic than Aquaman.
I agree. I concur.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can get done.
It would make up for all the lies you've told us.
But
no, you don't. Sorry, but you don't.
Then the 420 Awards. Okay.
Yeah, it's just one day. One day of your life.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't
need
extensive rehearsals or anything. I think you could just wing it and he'd be fine.
Oh, yeah. Even if there was a script, I wouldn't obey it at all. I would just do my own thing.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all for listening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Epic.